Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's change of command ceremony. Today, General James D. Thurman will relinquish command of United Nations Command, Combined Forces Command, and United States Forces Korea to General Curtis M. Scaparrotti. Today's ceremony is co-hosted by the Honorable Chuck T. Hagel, Secretary of Defense, United States of America, and the Honorable Kim Kwan-jin, Minister of National Defense for the Republic of Korea. Assisting in today's ceremony is General Martin E. Dempsey, Chairman of the United States Joint Chiefs of Staff, and Admiral Samuel J. Locklear, III, Commander, United States Pacific Command, and Command Sergeant Major Anthony W. Mahoney, Command Sergeant Major, United Nations Command, Combined Forces Command, and United States Forces Korea. The salute battery for today's ceremony is provided by the 2nd Infantry Division Salute Battery, Bravo Battery, 1st of the 15th Field Artillery, commanded by 2nd Lieutenant Thomas Fleming. Today, the command is especially pleased to welcome all ambassadors, distinguished visitors, and senior civilian and military leaders past and present. Thank you all for being with us today. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the arrival of the official party and remain standing for the rendering of honors, a 19-gun salute, and the invocation. Today's invocation will be offered by the Deputy Command Chaplain, Lieutenant Colonel Walter Bean.
Let's pray. Almighty God, we are grateful for the selfless service of our leaders and for our mission to provide a strong defense in this region. We ask your blessing upon this change of command ceremony today that recognizes the leadership and commitment of General Thurman. We are inspired by his sacrificial service, and we know that his leadership has helped sustain peace and deter aggression. We ask your special blessing on him and Dee as they depart. Surround them with your protecting arms and give them new and exciting challenges for the days ahead. We also ask your special blessing on General Scaparrotti as he assumes command, and his wife Cindy as she supports him and command activities. May your grace bring him success as he leads the command forward to maintain a strong alliance, to lead in the defense of the defenseless, and deter aggression from all our enemies. We are thankful for these leaders who stand before us, and we ask that all we do brings peace and stability to this region. We ask this in your holy name. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. On behalf of the command, the United Nations Command Honor Guard will now present flowers to Mrs. D. Thurman. She is presented with a bouquet of red roses as a token of affection and in thanks for the support she has shown to our soldiers, sailors, airmen, marines, civilians, and families of the command. On behalf of the command, the United Nations Command Honor Guard will now present flowers to Mrs. Cindy Scaparrotti. She is presented with a bouquet of yellow roses, which signify the trust and friendship that will develop over the course of her husband's command. At this time, the commander of troops will escort Generals Thurman and Scaparrotti on an inspection of troops. The reviewing of the command, or trooping of the line as it is often called, dates back hundreds of years. It was used for the commander to review his troops' condition and state of readiness prior to battle. This afternoon's review is symbolic in that it allows General Thurman and General Scaparrotti to view firsthand the combined United Nations, ROC, and U.S. soldiers, Marines, sailors, and airmen that make up the United Nations Command, Combined Forces Command, and United States Forces Korea.
Present the command.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the playing of the national anthems of the Republic of Korea and the United States of America. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, Mrs. D. Thurman is being escorted onto the reviewing stand to join General Thurman for the awards ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, Secretary Hagel will now move forward to present General Thurman the Defense Distinguished Service Medal. The citation reads, General James D. Thurman, United States Army, distinguished himself by exceptionally distinguished service as Commander, United Nations Command, Combined Forces Command, and United States Forces Korea from July 2011 to October 2013. General Thurman's distinctive accomplishments significantly increased readiness and military posture to successfully and repeatedly deter North Korea from hostile actions against the Republic of Korea. His calm and steadfast leadership maintained stability on the Korean Peninsula during numerous historical events, especially during the transition of power to Kim Jong-un and the North Korean prolonged provocation period. His vision and direction increased United Nations Command's sending state support to bolster the alliance with enhanced coalition capabilities. His unmatched leadership and expertise in using diplomatic, informational, military, and economic instruments of national power resulted in decisions and policies which provided United States senior leaders options in time to make critical decisions to protect United States and alliance interests. The distinctive accomplishments of General Thurman reflect great credit upon himself, the United States Army, and the Department of Defense. Signed, Chuck T. Hagel, Secretary of Defense. Ladies and gentlemen, Secretary Hagel will now present Mrs. D. Thurman with the Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff Joint Distinguished Public Service Award. The citation reads, D. Thurman, for exceptionally distinguished service to the service members, civilians, and families of the United States Armed Forces serving in Korea and the Republic of Korea from 7 July 2011 to 2 October 2013. As a military spouse, mother, leader, and community volunteer, Mrs. Thurman set a lasting example for all military and civilian spouses of this multinational combined and joint command. As the senior U.S. military spouse in the Republic of Korea, Mrs. Thurman was inspirational in her calm resolve during several periods of crisis on the Korean Peninsula. She graciously served as a support and cultural ambassador in countless events, building valuable relationships with senior Korean leaders and United Nations Command sending state ambassadors. As the senior honorary president of the American Forces Spouses Club, she guided and helped to raise funds for American and Korean welfare programs. Mrs. Thurman served as a member of the Seoul Children's Welfare Committee to help Korean children in need and donating to the Seoul City Children's Shelter to help young and often handicapped orphans. She quietly and humbly devoted time to individually mentor and counsel service members and family members on their faith. Her efforts contributed significantly to improving relationships between the Republic of Korea, the United States, and the 16 United Nations Command sending states. Mrs. Thurman's distinguished accomplishments, dedication, and love for our families are in keeping with the finest traditions of public service and reflect great credit upon herself, the U.S. military community in the Republic of Korea, and the Department of Defense. Signed, Martin E. Dempsey, General of the United States Army, Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, Secretary Hagel, Minister Kim, General Thurman, and General Scaparrotti will move forward for the change of command. Throughout history, military forces have carried a banner or other emblem to serve as a symbol of unity and strength. Today, this time-honored tradition continues. Leaders, commanders, and soldiers come and go, but organizational colors remain timeless, representing the honorable performance of the unit in the past and the promise of its future accomplishments. A unit's colors signify a unit's history and symbolically reflect the accomplishments and pride of its members. The formal transfer of organizational colors from the outgoing to the incoming commander is symbolic of the transfer of command responsibility and affirms the sacred trust and confidence that a nation places in the abilities of the new commander. By authority of the 11th Republic of Korea and the United States Security Consultative Meeting, and the terms of reference for the Military Committee and the Republic of Korea United States Combined Forces Command, the undersigned assumes command of Combined Forces Command, effective 2 October 2013. Signed, Curtis M. Scaparrotti, General, United States Army, Commanding. R. Dempsey, Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, will pass the United Nations Command colors. By authority of the United Nations Security Council resolution dated 7 July 1950, the undersigned assumes command of the United Nations Command, effective 2 October 2013. Signed, Curtis M. Scaparrotti, General, United States Army, Commanding. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, Admiral Samuel J. Locklear III, Commander, United States Pacific Command, will pass the United States Forces Korea colors. By authority of United States Joint Chiefs of Staff, publication number 2, and the United States Pacific Command instructions, the undersigned assumes command of United States Forces Korea, effective 2 October 2013. Signed, Curtis M. Scaparrotti, General, United States Army, Commanding. Ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable Kim Kwon-jin, Minister of National Defense for the Republic of Korea.
이만은 제임스 서먼 장군, 취임하시는 커티스 스캐퍼러티 장군, 뜻깊은 식전을 함께하고 계시는 척 헤이글 미 국방부 장관님, 마틴 댐시 미 합참 의장님, 세멜 락클리어 미 태평양 사령관, 그리고 내외 귀빈과 친애하는 한미 장병 여러분, 오늘 우리는 그동안 대한민국 방위와 동맹 발전을 위해 헌신하면서 한미 양국 국민의 존경과 신뢰를 한몸에 받아온 제임스 서먼 장군과 석별의 정을 나누고 있습니다. 그리고 서먼 장군의 뒤를 이어 앞으로 우리와 생사고락을 같이 하게 될 캐티스 스캐퍼러티 장군을 환영하는 뜻깊은 자리도 함께하고 있습니다. 내 귀빈과 한미연합사 장병 여러분, 어제는 한미동맹의 시발점인 한미 상호 방위조약에 양국이 서명한 지 60년째 되는 날이었습니다. 이와 같은 기념비적인 시기에 대한민국 방위의 근간이자 한미동맹의 상징인 한미연합군 사령부의 지휘권 이취임식을 갖게 되어 매우 뜻깊게 생각합니다. 오늘 이 임하는 서먼 장군은 그동안 역사적인 한미동맹 60주년을 미래지향적으로 발전시켜 나가는 계기로 삼기 위해 우리와 함께 고민하고 노력해왔습니다. 서먼 대장이 연합사령관으로 근무하는 동안 한미동맹을 시험하기 위한 북한의 도전은 그 어느 때보다도 거셌습니다. 북한의 장거리 미사일 발사와 3차 핵실험, 사이버 테러, 그리고 정전협정 무효화 선언 등 한반도 안보 상황은 일촉즉발의 위기 상황이 계속되었습니다. 그때마다 나는 척 헤이글 미 국방부 장관, 성킴 대사, 서먼 대장과 긴밀히 논의하였고 고도의 한미연합 감시 및 응징 태세를 유지하기 위해 성공적으로 대북 억제력을 발휘할 수 있었습니다. 특히 올 전반기 위기감이 고조되었을 때 항공모함 전개를 비롯한 B-52 전략폭격기, B-2 스텔스 폭격기 등 실기동훈련을 공개로 유사시 한반도 안보 공약에 대한 신뢰를 확실히 보여주었습니다. 걸프전과 이라크전에서 진두지휘하여 승리를 이끌었던 현대전의 명장답게 장군은 한미연합사령관으로서 최고의 조치들을 했다고 생각합니다. 이 자리를 빌어 한반도 안보 상황이 어려운 시기에 우리와 함께하면서 한미동맹의 힘을 대내외에 증명해준 서먼 장군의 열정과 헌신에 아낌없는 찬사를 보냅니다. 우리는 군인 명문가의 후손으로서 군인 중에 군인이었고 한국인이 존경한 진정한 친구 서먼 장군을 당신의 한국 이름 서민제 대장으로 영원히 기억할 것입니다. 내외 귀빈과 한미 장병 여러분, 오늘 취임하는 커티스 스케파르티 장군은 미 육군사관학교를 졸업하였습니다. 이후 미 1기갑사단 부사단장, 82 공정사단장, 아프가니스탄 국제안보지원군 사령관 겸 미군 부사령관, 미 합참 참모장 등 다양한 직책을 수행하였습니다. 특히 스케파르트 장군은 이라크 전쟁과 아프가니스탄 전쟁에서 전장을 누비며 승리를 경험한 바 있는 당대 최고의 야전군 사령관이었습니다. 우리는 이처럼 실전 경험이 풍부하고 지략과 용맹함을 두루 갖춘 스케파르티 장군을 새로운 한미연합군 사령관으로 맞이하게 되어 매우 기쁘게 생각합니다. 오늘날 한미 동맹은 군사적 차원을 넘어 포괄적 전략동맹으로 발전하였으며 지난 5월 양국 정상의 한미동맹 60주년 기념 공동선언을 계기로 다양한 분야에서 글로벌 파트너십을 구현해 나가고 있습니다. 이처럼 한미동맹 60주년을 맞아 또 다른 60년을 향해 나아가고 있는 이때 스케파르티 장군의 취임은 새로운 미래를 향한 이정표가 될 것입니다. 스케파르티 장군과 한미연합군 사령부 장병 모두가 이와 같은 중요성을 인식한 가운데 동맹 발전과 한반도에서의 전쟁 억제를 위해서 그리고 유사시를 위해서 전승을 보장해 주리라 믿습니다. 또한 전략환경 변화에 능동적으로 대비하면서 세계에서 가장 강력한 한미동맹의 힘을 보여줄 것으로 확신합니다. 끝으로 대한민국 정부와 한국인을 대표하여 제임스 서먼 장군과 디 여사의 헌신에 감사드리며 앞날에 건강과 행운이 가득하길 기원합니다. 신임사령관 커티스 스카페르티 장군이 지휘하는 한미연합군 사령부의 건승을 기원합니다. 여러분 같이 갑시다. 감사합니다.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable Chuck T. Hagel, Secretary of Defense of the United States of America.
Minister Kim, General Dempsey, Admiral Locklear, General Thurman, and General Scaparrotti, members of the Republic of Korea and the United States Armed Forces. Ladies and gentlemen, I am honored to join you for this special occasion. I would first like to extend my greetings and appreciation to all the men and women of the U.S. Forces Korea. And on their behalf, let me thank the people of the Republic of Korea for your support, your partnership, and your friendship. Mr. Kim, thank you for your extraordinary hospitality you and President Park have shown me this week during my visit to Seoul. President Obama and I share your unshakable commitment to this alliance. I was proud to be able to be here with General Dempsey yesterday to mark the 60th anniversary of the Mutual Defense Treaty, as well as the Republic of Korea's Armed Forces Day. This ceremony is yet another affirmation of the enduring strength of this alliance. Today, we pay tribute to J.D. and D. Thurman, and we welcome Mike and Cindy Scaparrotti to United Nations Command, Combined Forces Command, and United States Forces Korea. But today is about more than these distinguished leaders. And these distinguished leaders, their service to our country, and their devoted partners. It's an opportunity to recognize the contributions of every man and woman in uniform who stands watch here on freedom's frontier. Today, we thank all the service members of this storied command, both Korean and American, who keep this country strong, prosperous, and free, help preserve peace and stability in Northeast Asia, and stand prepared against any aggression from the North. Over the past several years, we've all had an opportunity to see their courage, bravery, and dedication. Over the last several days, I've seen it up close. I visited with soldiers from the Army's 2nd Infantry Division and their ROK partners who were carrying out live fire exercises near the DMZ. I was enormously impressed by their skill and their precision, and by the tremendous capabilities I witnessed at yesterday's Armed Forces ceremony. The Republic of Korea Armed Forces are truly one of the best trained, best equipped, best led militaries in the world. Together, our forces stand ready to counter any provocation. And if called upon, they stand ready to fight and to win. When Minister Kim and I visited Outpost Uled on Monday, it was a vivid reminder of the perils posed by the North Korean regime. But make no mistake, our alliance will always be able to prevail in any contest on this peninsula. For more than 2 years, preparing for that mission has fallen to General J.D. Thurman, one of the great Army leaders of his generation. Growing up in the small town of Marietta, Oklahoma, General Thurman learned early on in life that the liberties and freedom he enjoyed were not free. They were born of sacrifices made by his own family, including his grandfather who fought in World War I, and his father and uncles who fought in World War II. During his 38 years wearing the uniform of the United States Army, J.D. Thurman has upheld that patriotic legacy with great honor. He distinguished himself as a warrior and as a leader in Desert Storm, Kosovo, and during 2 deployments in Iraq, including as commander of the 4th Infantry Division. General Thurman assumed this command during a time of great challenge and uncertainty here on the peninsula. The transition of power in Pyongyang and the continued provocations by that desperate and isolated regime presented a series of challenges and crises, all of which General Thurman navigated skillfully and successfully. He spearheaded a new counter-provocation plan that has increased our confidence and alliance capabilities and sent a clear message of resolve to Pyongyang. Under his leadership, this command has become more operationally focused and ready to fight tonight. And as a result, this alliance is stronger than it's ever been. Both our nations will be forever grateful for General's service and for his service throughout an exemplary military career. General Thurman once said, "Being with soldiers and being out there making a difference in the world, that's why I serve." General Thurman, you have made a profound difference in the world. Your soldiers, their families, and your country will always be grateful for what you and Dee have done for them. We wish you all the best in the next chapter of your lives. As a point of personal privilege, General Thurman, let me also note that I'm looking forward to 2021, when your beloved Oklahoma Sooners are next scheduled to play the Nebraska Cornhuskers. The only time I suspect we'll ever disagree. Allow me to close with a few words about General Scaparrotti. General Scaparrotti is a proven leader who brings combat experience gained in Iraq and Afghanistan, where he led the International Security Assistance Forces Joint Command. And he most recently served under General Dempsey in the Pentagon as director of the Joint Staffs, where I also had the chance to benefit from his wise counsel. With his calm demeanor, strategic vision, and proven judgment and leadership, and with the love and support of Cindy and their children, I know that he is prepared to lead the command at this moment in history. General Scaparrotti, we are proud of you, and we look forward to working with you to strengthen this great and enduring alliance. We thank you all for your service to this alliance and to making a better world. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, General Martin E. Dempsey, Chairman of the United States Joint Chiefs of Staff.
Well, good afternoon. It's a beautiful day here, a day that is appropriate to celebrate this change of command among or between two of the finest officers that I've ever had the privilege of serving with and their families. I'd like to begin by expressing our collective appreciation for the troops on the field today, the commander of troops, the color guard, the band, the cannoneers, all of whom have made this ceremony extraordinary. But even more so, the fact that you're standing side by side with U.S. and Korean partners and friends, and if that doesn't tell us what we're all about, I'm not sure what would. It is a pleasure to be here. Minister Kim, Secretary Hagel, Ambassador Kim, thank you for joining us to honor those who serve here in United States Forces Korea in support of our long-standing alliance. I'm delighted to see so many friends from the Seoul community and so many military and civilian leaders from our Korean partners here with us in the audience. Thank you all for being here. Your presence is a testimony to the strength of our partnerships, to the leadership of General J.D. Thurman, and to the commitment of the entire U.S.-Korea team. Yesterday, as the Secretary mentioned, the Republic of Korea recognized and honored their military on their Armed Forces Day. The courage, discipline, skill, and love of their country was evident among the Korean soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines at the magnificent ceremony at Seoul Air Base. And over the past 2 days, I've also visited the hallowed sites here in your homeland that commemorate the bravery and the sacrifice of the Korean Armed Forces. Now, as you know, we honor those who fought here side by side with you at our own Korean War Memorial back in Washington, D.C. And that memorial, one of the most moving in all of Washington, captures the character of everyone who served here. The bonds, the courage, the determination, and the physical and emotional weight of combat. I see this same character on the faces of those who serve here today. Yesterday's Armed Forces Day recognized the steel of our partnership, forged in war and in peace, strong and growing stronger for over 60 years. For 60 years, our commitment to each other has withstood many hardships, weathered numerous changes in military and civilian leadership, and has never wavered. For 60 years, we've endured 3 generations of constant provocation together, and we've never backed down. For 60 years, we have lived together, we have trained together, and we have grown together. And today, no one can doubt that if it becomes necessary to fight on the Korean Peninsula, we will go together. Kapsi kapsida. This is more than a partnership. It's a living and an enduring alliance, an alliance based on common values, mutual trust, and a shared vision of a peaceful peninsula. For more than 2 years, General J.D. Thurman has been at the center of these efforts, and so much more, leading United States Forces Korea through myriad changes and challenges. His strong and stable leadership makes it all possible, and he does it with integrity, with humility, and determination that have actually been the hallmarks of his entire career. J.D. adheres to the golden rule and puts it this way: caring, respect, and fairness for his people first. His commitment to treating others the way he would want to be treated has served as both an example and a benefit to the members of this command and our international partners alike. J.D., to put it quite simply, you inspire trust, and we're going to deeply miss you. And D, it's been a joy for Deanie and me to work alongside you for these many years. I know the military families here in Korea feel the very same way. While you left your own daughters, their husbands, and your 4 precious grandchildren back in the United States, you adopted a new family here. You too possess that soul of the servant. As a tireless advocate for children's literacy, carving turkeys at Thanksgiving for others, or just hugging families at Christmas time. For all you've done, thank you. but that seems woefully inadequate. And while we'll miss the Thurmans greatly, we're blessed to have another extremely talented, capable couple take the lead, Mike and Cindy Scaparrotti. If you didn't know, Scap has a 35-year history with the Korean Peninsula. As a West Point cadet in 1978, he and his classmates served as extras for a Hollywood movie retelling the Korean War, a movie that was actually kind of unremarkable but was titled Incheon, starring Sir Laurence Olivier as General Douglas MacArthur. Now, actually, I can't decide what's more unusual, a 70-year-old Englishman, Laurence Olivier, playing Douglas MacArthur, or now one of the extras in the movie taking command of U.S. Forces Korea. But Scap's ability is genuine, even if his acting is suspect. At every level of command, he's proven his mettle. He's smart and he's decisive. He cares about the mission and he cares about his people. He knows the importance of building relationships and reinforcing trust, and I know that he'll do a great job because he too has a great partner. Cindy's commitment to our people will make Korea a rewarding experience for all of the men and women and families who serve here. Like Dee, Cindy's sense of hospitality is legendary, and I know she'll be a superb champion for military families. It's because of leaders like the Thurmans and the Scaparrottis, and of course the soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines, and Coast Guardsmen that we're privileged to lead, that we remain the world's preeminent military force, and why our alliance endures. May God bless these two families and all the families they lead. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, General James D. Thurman.
Well, good afternoon. Thank you for joining us on this wonderful day. It's a great time to serve in the Republic of Korea. It has been an honor and a privilege to lead this joint and combined multinational team. Ambassador Sung Kim, our U.S. ambassador and my close partner and true friend. Ambassadors of the sending states, neutral nations, thanks for your contributions and your tremendous support. Minister Kim Kwon-jin, our Iraq Minister of Defense, who has been one of my bosses, a true friend, a great soldier, but more importantly, a minister that has been committed to excellence, and he demonstrates that every minute of the day. Our Secretary of Defense, Hagel, Honorable Park, Sung Chun, Minister of Ministry of Patriots and Veterans Affairs, thank you for what you have done for U.S. service members. Honorable Hwang Jin Ha, National Assemblyman, Honorable Song Young Kun, also National Assemblyman, Honorable Christian Wasserfallen from Neutral Nations Sending States, Switzerland, Honorable Secretary Ju Chul Ki, Senior Secretary to President Park, and a true patriot that I want to recognize today, and that's General Pek Sun Yup. General Peck, thank you for honoring us today with your presence. Throughout my time in Korea, you have been a cherished mentor, advisor, and close friend. You have brought a special dignity to our ceremonies. Thank you for being a friend to the leaders and members of our great alliance and a true friend of this command. And most importantly, a true soldier that understands sacrifice, commitment, and dedication and the importance of this great alliance that was forged with blood and sacrifice. You lived that, and I salute you today, sir. General Jung and Ms. Park, our 37th ROC Joint Chiefs of Staff, and a true friend, and was my first deputy of Combined Forces Command. Thank you for your tremendous service, your friendship, and it's been a real treat working side by side to you as we watch the North Korean behavior. Also, General Dempsey and Deaney, our chairman of the Joint Chiefs, and a true friend of mine for many, many, many years as we've served side by side, and two fellow cavalrymen, I might add. But General Dempsey, thank you for your tremendous confidence and the trust that you bestowed on me, and the great friendship that you've had. General Kwon Oh-sung, who is now the ROC Chief of Staff of the Army, and my true brother. Thanks for being my close partner and my deputy. Admiral Hwang Ki-chul, ROC Chief of Naval Operations. First off, congratulations on your new appointment, and thanks for your friendship, Admiral. And there's no doubt the ROC Navy's in good hands. Also, Admiral and Miss Sam Locklear, our U.S. PACOM Commander. Sam, it's been a real treat working with you, and the teamwork could not be better as we help manage this great joint force here in the Republic of Korea. So thank you to you and Pam. General and Dr. Brooks, Vince Brooks, our Commander, U.S. Army Pacific. It's great to have you here today and on board. And General Park and Miss Lee Sun-woo, new Combined Forces Command Deputy Commander. Very proud of you, and I know you will do a great job for General Scaparrotti. Honorable Han Chul-soo, and I don't know how many other former Combined Forces Commander deputies are here, but also former Ambassador. Thank you for your mentorship and friendship, because you're one of the first folks I met when I first arrived, and let me tell you, your advice has been spot on. But to all the other Combined Forces Command deputies that may be here, thank you. Command Sergeant Major Miss Mahoney and all the senior enlisted advisors. Fellow General Flag Officers, our senior executive service civilians, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. And most importantly, our soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines. You're the best, and that's what matters. I would also like to extend a special welcome to friends who travel from beyond the Korean Peninsula to join us today. Changes of command are significant events in a military career. I have been a part of many changes of command, but one thing has always remained constant. That constant has been the service of men and women on the field and the unit colors. Change of command ceremonies are steeped in tradition, where the symbol of the unit is handed over from the previous commander to the new commander. The colors have been the center point of any unit. They identify the unit's history by the streamers that are attached. The colors were used to lead soldiers into battle and were used as a rallying point when the smoke of battle limited visibility. As I look at colors now on the field, we can be certain that our service here in Korea is a proud part of our great history. In the course of over 38 and a half years of service, I've had the privilege of commanding 10 different units. This by far has been the most challenging, most rewarding command in my career. There is no better way to finish than by being the commander of a multinational, combined and joint warfighting team that is part of the strongest alliance in the world. As we honor the traditions of a change of command, we also honor the great service members who are assembled on the field today. They're truly some of the finest warriors in the world. These service members are living examples of the ROC U.S. Alliance. We have the United Nations Command Honor Guard, the Color Guard, the 8th Army Band, and the 2nd Infantry Division Salute Battery. These units represent the joint and combined nature of our great alliance. You look sharp, and you ably represent your fellow warriors. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, let's give them a round of applause. Throughout my time in command, I've had the opportunity to work with some of the finest men and women in our alliance, both military and civilian. And I would again say thanks to Minister Kim Kwan-jin for his dedication to the alliance. I also again want to thank Ambassador Sung Kim, who has been my partner, and we've worked together many late hours at night, and I've kept him away from his family, but you've always been there, and you represent the United States of America in a true fashion, and I want to thank you for that. Next, I would like to thank my close ROC partners, the 37th ROC Chairman, General Jung, General Kwan, now the ROC Army Chief of Staff. I couldn't have had and asked for a better relationship. Working with you on a daily basis has taught me a lot about your culture and demonstrated the professionalism of your armed forces. I thank you both for your wise counsel. To be successful at your job, it helps to work for great leaders, the leaders that I've had the exceptional opportunity to work for, like our Secretary of Defense, Secretary Hagel, General Dempsey, Admiral Locklear. Your dedication and commitment to the defense of the United States of America and our allies has been an inspiration, and I'm deeply honored to have had your trust and confidence. Along with my ROC counterparts, the component commanders have brought a level of expertise to this command that has made us more prepared to meet challenges and uncertainties. I would like to thank the 8th Army commanders, Lieutenant General Bernie Champeau, Lieutenant General J.D. Johnson, the U.S. Air Forces in Korea, and the great 7th Air Force commanders, Lieutenant General John Mark Juas and Lieutenant General Jeff Remington. U.S. Naval Forces commanders, Rear Admiral Lisa Franchetti and Rear Admiral Bill McKilkin, and Rear Admiral Pete Gumatau. U.S. Forces Korea commanders, Major General Chris Owens and Major General Mike Regner, and our Special Operations Command Korea commanders, Brigadier General Eric Wendt and Brigadier General Neil Tolley. Your efforts on a daily basis have made this strong alliance even stronger. Thank you all for your dedication and selfless service. Next, I would like to thank the Joint and Combined Staffs of United Nations Command, Combined Forces Command, and U.S. Forces Korea. Yep, that's right, 3 different staffs. You have kept the train moving forward and the wheels on the track. You have demonstrated that the people from different backgrounds and cultures can work together for a common good. That the sum of all that make us different makes us more gifted, diverse, and ultimately more effective team. Thank you all for your dedicated service. I would also like to thank the 16 ambassadors of the United Nations Command sending states and the neutral nations. Throughout every provocation period and crisis, you have been there with us, and you have supported us, and I just want to personally say thanks again. Together, our ROC-U.S. alliance has deterred aggression and maintained the armistice for 6 decades. Each day, we have relied on our mutual trust and shared values to bring us closer. This year, we marked the 60th anniversary of the Korean War Armistice Agreement and the ROC-U.S. Mutual Defense Treaty. The coalition that came together to defeat North Korean aggression in 1950 continues to uphold the armistice. Our mission has been to stand shoulder to shoulder with our ROC partners to defend the Republic of Korea and to maintain stability in Northeast Asia. The Republic of Korea is an amazing country. All you have to do is take a look at changing landscape and see that it is still growing. The Republic of Korea is one of the greatest success stories of our time. From a war-torn country to a vibrant democracy, a global economic power, and a vital security partner and force contributor, and a world leader. The success in this country has been called a miracle, but what made that miracle happen? There is no doubt about it. It was the great work ethic, the determination, and the ingenuity of the Korean people that have brought this country up from the ashes of war to a thriving country that it is today. Closely linked to this success has been the true alliance between the Republic of Korea and the United States of America. The ROC-U.S. alliance continues to grow and evolve. The ROC military continues to improve its ability to command and control forces in the field, to modernize its combat systems, and to develop new organizational structures. These efforts have greatly improved the ROK military and will lead to the transformation required for the ROK military to lead the defense of their great country. To the soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines, civilians, and family members of this great multinational joint and combined team, I give my heartfelt thanks to you today for the great support and dedication that you have given me during my time as your commander. Whether you are from the ROK military, a member of the United Nations Command Sending States, the Neutral Nations Supervisory Commission, or from the United States military, you made a difference every day and have kept this alliance strong. Even during the North Korean prolonged provocation period, we stood side by side, remained vigilant, and we were confident because we knew we were trained and ready and prepared to defend this great country. During my career and my time in command, I've learned a few things that I would share with you. Wake up every day to make a difference. Be thankful for what you have and seize on that opportunity. Be genuine. Don't use Facebook and BlackBerry. Y'all know I hate Facebook, so I look at people in the eye and talk to them. When times get hard, there will be plenty of times in your life when that happens. Never miss the opportunity to speak to a service member, no matter what your rank is. And bottom line, never take yourself serious, because it's about people. And people make the difference, and that's what I've experienced on this peninsula. So thank you. Now I want to take a moment and recognize and thank my wife in my life, lifetime partner, Dee. Dee and I grew up together, and today we embark on a very different path on our ever-changing journey. I'm very grateful and blessed that step by step you have been there as my guide and my friend for over 40 years. I'm absolutely certain that without you, I would not be standing here today. As a matter of fact, I know I wouldn't. And this day would not mean what it does without you here by my side. And you've been by my side every step of the way. I'm looking forward to the next chapter in our lives and spending more time together with you. During our 27 moves, you've always focused on our family first. You've always made a difference. You've always been positive and you've been upbeat. I never have seen you down. You have always made a difference in the lives of our service members and families, and of course our daughters, Jamie and Carrie, and me, and now our lovely granddaughters. Thank you so much for your love, and you are truly the wind beneath my wings. So God bless you. I love you. This command is blessed today by the arrival of a new command team, General and Miss Mike Scaparrotti. Mike and Cindy, you have our full faith and confidence that you will lead this command to an even greater, higher level of readiness and make the alliance even better. Mike, I'm very proud of you. It does me good to see you take those colors out there today, and I know you will do a terrific job. You and Cindy will do tremendous here. But to all the service members, accept your new commander today, because there's probably a provocation around the corner, and you got to be ready to go and be ready to fight tonight. But Mike, all the best, and God bless you as you move forward. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for attending this ceremony. I'm extremely proud to have worked with such great professionals who are part of the greatest alliance in the world. We will miss you and cherish the long-lasting friendships that we have made in the Republic of Korea. Thank you all. Kamsahamnida, Kachikapshida.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Commanding General, United Nations Command, Combined Forces Command, and United States Forces Korea, General Curtis M. Scaparrotti.
Ambassador Kim, ambassadors of the sending states and neutral nations, Minister Kim Kwan-jin, Secretary Hagel, Honorable Park Sung-chun, Honorable Hwang Jin-hwa, Honorable Song Young-kun, Honorable George Little, Honorable Christian Wasserfallen, Secretary Ju, General Peck Sun Yap, General Jung and Mrs. Park, General and Mrs. Dempsey, General Kwan and Ms. Shin, Admiral Huang Ki-jul, Admiral and Mrs. Locklear, General and Dr. Brooks, General Park and Miss Lee, Assistant Secretary Zumwalt, and Honorable Han Chul-su, Command Sergeant Major and Mrs. Mahoney, and the incoming Command Sergeant Major and Mrs. Troxel, fellow General and Flag Officers and Senior Executive Service civilians, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, and the families, in particular the families and friends of the Alliance. Most importantly, our soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines of this distinct multinational combined and joint command. Thank you all for your presence here today. I am truly humbled by the opportunity to command the United Nations Command, Combined Forces Command, and the United States Forces Command. To the United Nations Honor Guard, the Color Guard, the 8th Army Band, and the Salute Battery, as it has been said, you look magnificent. Your performance and the colors on the field honor all of those who have served this great alliance and serve in these elements today. Secretary Hagel and General Dempsey, your presence demonstrates our commitment to the defense and security of the Republic of Korea. Thank you for entrusting me with this command and the responsibility of our nation's sons and daughters in the Korean theater. Minister Kim, I'm honored to serve this important Republic of Korea-United States combined team. I look forward to working with you and other senior Korean civilian and military leaders as we continue to build upon 60 years of shared experiences and a common vision for a stable and prosperous South Korea. Ambassador Kim, I greatly value your experience and I look forward to continuing the close relationship that this command has enjoyed with you and your excellent country team. The Republic of Korea, the United States, and the United Nations Command sending states have stood together for more than 60 years, maintaining the armistice and setting the conditions for stability in the Northeast Asia. The alliance has been tested many times and has always been found vigilant and strong. As a result, the Republic of Korea has flourished since the end of the Korean War and is now a respected, successful, and thriving democracy. We will remain vigilant and ready. We will secure a stable future for Korea. As I have observed the men and women of this command, it is obvious we have the right people in the right place and trained as a strong team. I am confident in our warfighting abilities and our ability to deter North Korean aggression and, if necessary, decisively fight and win. As your new commander, my priorities are straightforward. First, sustain and strengthen the alliance. We will continue to be committed to each other to make our alliance better. Second, maintain the armistice. We will be ready to fight tonight. We will continue to deter and defeat aggression. Third, transform and achieve Strategic Alliance 2015. Fourth, sustain force and family readiness. We will always remain mission ready and maintain healthy command climates and comprehensive fitness. And fifth, enhance the team of the United Nations Command, Combined Forces Command, and U.S. Forces Korea. Kapshida. Our relationships, both personal and professional, are fundamental to the strength of the alliance. I look forward to maintaining the excellent relationship this command has nurtured with the Korean and United Nations Command sending states leadership, and will continue to personally invest in relationships that will build our alliance and endure any challenge. To the soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines, I acknowledge our profession's covenant between the leader and the led. I'm inspired by your service, and I commit to you that I will give you my all to ensure that your readiness and to ensure the care of your families. Cindy and I look forward to meeting you all, along with the opportunity to meet the great Korean people and experience this wonderful culture. JD, General Thurman, and Dee, thank you for your warm welcome and for the excellent support to Cindy and me. Your diligence and care is unmatched. You've ensured a smooth transition. Thank you so much for your leadership and your service for so many years as we cross paths in the Army. God bless you and Dee in the future. Our alliance shares a long history and continues to draw strength from our mutual commitment to stability and prosperity. We are one alliance for one cause, the defense of the Republic of Korea. Thank you. Kachi kapshida.
Ladies and gentlemen, Second Lieutenant Fleming and Sergeant First Class De La Garza will now present General Thurman and General Scaparrotti with an artillery shell casing as a memento commemorating their change of command as Commanding General, United Nations Command, Combined Forces Command, and United States Forces, Korea. Ladies and gentlemen, Mrs. Thurman and Mrs. Scaparrotti are now being escorted to the reviewing stand to join General Thurman and General Scaparrotti for General Thurman's last pass in review as Commander, United Nations Command, Combined Forces Command, and United States Forces, Korea, and General Scaparrotti's first pass in review as Commander, United Nations Command, Combined Forces Command, and United States Forces, Korea.
Pass and review.
United Nations Command Honor Guard is commanded by Captain Michael N. Lee. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the playing of the United States Service Songs. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the departure of the official party. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes today's change of command ceremony. General Thurman and Mrs. Thurman will stay on the reviewing stand for those wishing to say their farewells. Bus transportation to the reception for General Scaparrotti and Mrs. Scaparrotti at Dragon Hill Live is available in the parking lot for invited guests. Thank you for attending today's ceremony.